Harry and Meghan's Vegas blowout. Friends fear their spending is out of control. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the King YouTube channel. Their little mini vacay to Las Vegas may have only lasted about 24 hours, but insiders estimate that Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Hypocrisy, somehow managed to spend more than $50,000 on that single trip. According to a source who exclusively spoke with New Idea magazine, no expense was spared. Harry and Meghan traveled from Los Angeles to Las Vegas on a top-of-the-line Gulfstream private jet, which cost somewhere around $20,000 per hour to hire. So the aircraft was on standby for about 24 hours to ferry guests, including A-list friends, well, not really friends, A-listers, Cameron Diaz, Benji Madden, and Zoe Saldana, to and from Las Vegas. And apparently, when we consider all that, the trip really cost about $500,000 because it was $480,000 fee formed the bulk of that ridiculous bill. Also on board this private jet were the oil heir Michael Hurd, his wife, the Bumble dating app founder Whitney Wolf, and Hollywood producer David Katzenberg. Meghan and Harry also tried to rub elbows with some well-connected entrepreneurs Ken Griffin and Michael Kives. The group flew to Vegas on the 4th of November to watch the final show of Katy Perry's play residency at the Resorts World Theater, from the $1,000 VIP seats, naturally. Everyone around them is scratching their heads over how long they can sustain this unlimited cash mirage, the insider said. Meghan was wearing a Valentino dress that cost nearly $11,000, and she was wearing Louboutin heels that cost about $1,100, and she seemed completely unaware to the spiraling costs that they were incurring while they were in Vegas. But Harry's tense attitude during the show suggested that maybe he knows all too well that he and Meghan have been spending way too much money lately. The insider explains he knows the sums don't add up. The situation is all the more worrying because, thanks to the demise of their Spotify deal and no new Netflix payday on the horizon, there are few other money-making opportunities on the cards for them right now. Doesn't sound like anybody's offering any money for Meghan's rumored memoir, and their financial situation, according to the source, isn't currently as robust as Harry would like. In order to pay for their ridiculous lifestyle, the insider thinks that Harry has dipped into his $19 million inheritance from his late mother, Princess Diana. The source said Harry tells himself that Diana would approve because it's for his wife and children, but he appears to have forgotten just how down-to-earth and frugal his mother was. In the past, Harry has already admitted to dipping into his inheritance. "I have what my mum left me, and without that, we wouldn't have been able to do this," Harry told Oprah back in 2021 about paying for that move to the US. But it seems like Harry is the only one in that little family who's worried. Meghan doesn't seem to share his concerns, according to the source. Her confidence that they'll win in the end and that they're on the right side of history knows no bounds. She's convinced her networking will save the day. Oh, that Meghan. As always, desperate to be a somebody, but unfortunately for her, she will always be a nobody. She doesn't seem to understand that there are real royals belonging to a few different royal houses living everyday lives in the US. I mean, she and Harry are never going to be made to feel welcome within their groups. Her version of what it means to be a royal simply doesn't pass the test. In other news, I cannot believe how much effort Meghan puts into trying to outshine the Princess of Wales in her good work. Not only did she use and abuse Remembrance Day, a day that's supposed to be about recognizing the fallen, to gatecrash a military event in the US for the sole purpose of getting her picture in the papers, but she actually tried to steal Catherine Sunder as an honorary Army colonel, who was seen actively involved in their training exercise, and so Meghan immediately tried to copy that with a dress-up pose. Or is this just another Photoshop op? I wouldn't be surprised. No matter how you look at it, though, it is an act of blatant and immature plagiarism. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Nah, Meghan, you can't, though. That's the problem. I mean, you can pat yourself on the back all you want for disrespecting the British veterans who are probably not going to respect your rude attitude. A play suit and open sandals are perfectly fine for a yacht party or maybe a day at a theme park with your invisible children. But how on earth did Meghan think that was appropriate attire for a military parade? It was disgusting. Compared to Catherine, the Princess of Wales, Meghan is never going to be more than she is right now, which is nothing. I mean, she's pretending to be a British royal official wherever she goes, but she's never going to compare to the Princess of Wales. See, Catherine doesn't have to try and copy or outshine anybody else. She is doing an amazing job of representing King Charles and Queen Camilla in an official capacity, and she performs her duties with decorum and dignity always. So fine, Meghan can make a spectacle of herself all she wants, and she can get her name in the headlines, but she will never come close to Catherine. Meghan is coming across as more and more phony, whereas Catherine only appears more authentic the more we get to know her because she is authentic, she's real. I remember when Catherine comforted that little boy who fell off his bike. Everybody saw what a caring person she really is. Meghan also doesn't do herself any favors with her fashion sense. I mean, it's hardly appropriate for the event. More often than not, it's completely the wrong style for Meghan. It doesn't even look good on her. I mean, the shorts, it looks like she's wearing a diaper from the back. Why can't she at least hire a stylist if she wants to hire all these people to help her? That way, at least the conversation could focus on what she's doing instead of what she's wearing. Now, when Catherine gets involved with anything, she has fun, or she's serious because that's what the occasion demands. But it's always about the people she is visiting and helping. It's never about her. She doesn't have to be the star. I'm sure there are times when Catherine is bored out of her mind, but still, she does her job. Meghan just made a complete mess of everything she got involved with. And the thing is, she doesn't have the work ethic to really do the job. I hope one day Meghan gets some sense knocked into her and she realizes that she can never measure up against Catherine. But I'm not going to wait for that. I'm just going to keep on sharing these excellent examples, and it's lovely to see Catherine doing so well in her role. And I'm sure behind closed doors she's not perfect. But see, Catherine doesn't try to be perfect. She just does her best, and that's what we love about her. For Veterans Day, Harry and Meghan were at it again with their shenanigans, trying to observe Remembrance Day like they were royals in the UK. Harry and Meghan absolutely don't represent the American servicemen and women. I cannot understand why they're going around acting like they're American royalty. There is no such thing. The con artists just tag along to events to represent themselves, and they use these events as photo ops as a way to get good publicity. But they don't get good publicity because it doesn't matter what they do. There is no way they can rehabilitate their tarnished image. They're always going to be seen and known as grifters because that's what they are. And as usual, Meghan had to be right there front and center, and then Harry was in the background looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. Harry's also not a representative of the military in the US, he's simply a guest. And what on earth does Meghan know about sacrifice? Nothing. The only person Meghan believes in serving is herself. Perhaps Remembrance Day for them should be all about remembering the family they sold down the river for money. How sad that they never bring those invisible children anywhere. Now I can understand they want to protect them. But after they demanded and they got those titles for the kids, well, they should really learn something about where they come from, about their heritage on their father's side. It was Meghan and Harry who demanded they be referred to as Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. They used their own titles non-stop from the family and country they claim to despise. I suppose the mental anguish from that toxic family wasn't so bad after all. After all, I mean, they want reminders of the family every second for themselves and their children, so how could the family really have been that bad? And you, do you agree with the views in my video? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments. If you think my video is helpful, please don't be afraid to like and share with anyone else who would enjoy it anytime you want. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.